Hi, I'm Brooklyn Williamson, and today I would like to discuss conjunctive dissonance theory. Some key points I would like to point out are how it works, the magnitude, and also how to cope with this theory. First, I would like to explain actually what cognitive dissonance theory is. Cognitive dissonance is the feeling of discomfort from inconsistent attitude, thoughts, and behaviors. I received this information from page 113 from our textbook. An example of this would be racism. Racism is something that we are taught. We are not born and brought into this world to hate one another or dislike one another because of how we look. We are brought into this world automatically to learn what love is. So, with this being said, like we have a certain discomfort, or whoever was to teach us what racism actually is, or to hate someone for the color of their skin, or because they're Jewish, or anything like that, literally has a discomfort possibly with themselves, but also brings a discomfort to us as a human of an opposite race or opposite religion. And from this discomfort, it has probably also grown from fear. Racism is also a subject that has became very broad in today's society. It is something that a lot of people think may have happened later, like a long time ago, but it's something that is still in society today. An article that I seen on Yahoo about the McDonald case was written by Mary Wisnoxie, sorry about that, about a Chicago policeman shooting Mr. McDonald to death. It was a video that honestly it happened last year, but it is now just becoming very big because the officer is just now getting his charges fully placed for him. Um, the article is pretty much stating how like it did take the mayor of Chicago a while because they had to put so many different things into perspective. They had to put like the situation in perspective. They had to put actually what happened, and then later on that went into, was this a charge of prejudice because this was a black man that he was shooting and the officer was white, or was it actually the crime or the subject that was going on? But in the case, it was taken too far. As a policeman, you have to be able to have that type of self-control over yourself when doing any type of shooting on a crime scene, or even if you thought that something was going to happen. And that shows how we might have like more of a discomfort within ourselves, and everything may not be like what you think it may be for that person. Like as his partner may have not known that like what was going on. He may have thought like, oh, he's just overdoing it. He may not thought that it was a racist thing, but it has to be some form of discomfort and some form of hatred for you to do actions to a point till you lose that type of self-control over yourself. So it's not that you're trying to protect yourself, but you're trying to harm someone else and actually probably hurt someone else's family. Next, I would like to discuss magnitude. Magnitude is the amount of discomfort that you have in a situation. I received this information from page 117. A good example of magnitude would be possibly like meeting someone new, or even going on a blind date. You don't exactly know if you're going to like that person for sure or not. And most likely when you go on a blind date, you possibly may have met that person online. You could have a mutual friend, or your friends, close friends, could be in a relationship with each other and they wanted to set you guys up. But the thing is, like, you never exactly know if you're going to fully like that person. So it's an automatic nerve, and like you might get there and you might feel this all uncomfortable already as it is. But if you really don't like that person, you're really not clinging with that person, that discomfort may grow. So it might get to the point that you're like, wow, like I really don't like him. It's not just like a normal like, oh, I'm a little nervous because this is a date. I don't know anything about this man. I didn't get to meet him on my own time. Or even as a male, this is a date. I didn't get to meet this woman for my own time, and I'm about to take her to dinner. So it is something that is pretty much that it grows higher as the situation goes on. It might lesson if, in that case, if you like that person, but it possibly may not. It might just get higher and the nerves might go up a little bit more. Another experience, another example for that will also be like for celebrities. Celebrities, like, we don't see it because they try to put them in the spotlight. Well, the paparazzi, they take pictures of them off guard and doing stuff that, like, we may do, but it just because they're a celebrity, it may seem off. I watched a video about Chris Brown on YouTube, and in his video he said ever since he had a daughter, he realized that he had to grow up. It's a lot of things that we can say about Chris Brown, like he hit Rihanna, like he went to jail. It's so many different things that we can say, but he admits that he had to grow up. His daughter helped him because he had a discomfort with himself. He was so eager to prove sorry, excuse me. He was so eager to prove, like, to everyone that he was the best, like that he wanted everyone's opinion, he wanted everyone's approval, but now he has a comfort with himself. So he goes with that because he had a magnitude of discomfort that led him to doing certain behaviors that he probably wouldn't if he didn't have like if he didn't have the need to want the approval from others as much as he did at the time. For a personal experience, I had a lot of magnitude and an attitude and thoughts towards when I went to public school. From preschool to the 8th grade, I went to a private school, Warren Christian in Warren, Ohio. And then when I hit high school, Warren Christian closed down. But I had friends, of course, at different public schools, but I never went to a public school myself, and I ended up going to Warren G. Harding from 9th grade to 12th grade. And for that, I had a magnitude of thoughts and that attitude because it's like you hear so much stuff from about public schools when transferring, when like switching like different lanes. And when you're in a private school, you have like a certain amount of people that's at that private school, and then you might, and pretty much you're with the same people all the years that you're there. You have them in all your classes. And in public schools, like, you really don't know, like, you switch classes and you're gonna have different people. And for me, it was an easy adjustment, but that was just because I already came in there with friends. But like, I still was very nervous coming in because I really didn't know what to expect. Like, I didn't know like if my friends were going to like treat me like my friends when we did see each other, because we never went to school together, and everyone acts completely different, when they're in certain situations. But they did still treat me like their friend when I got there. And then it was just like meeting new people, because it's like most of the people that went to Harding, they knew people from junior high, elementary school. They knew different people. And me, like, I only knew a certain amount of people. I didn't know as many people as others did. Also, I would like to talk about coping with this situation, or I shouldn't say the situation, but this theory is something that we're going to have to just learn to accept and just understand, because it's always going to we're always personally as a person going to have a discomfort for a particular situation. We're never going to feel completely comfortable with everything that we do and with everything that happens with our life. It's just up to us to have the self-control to just get through anything that's thrown at us. The best advice I can give for this will be just to learn yourself, learn to feel comfortable with yourself, learn to make judgment for yourself, and not because of something that you grew up around. Just try to become your own person, and you're gonna realize everything that comes your way you're not gonna feel comfortable with, but it's just up to you how you decide to cope with it and how how you let your magnitude of discomfort get for you. If you let your discomfort get to the highest level, to the point that you're panicking, having an anxiety attack, then you're going to have to deal with the hospitals and after result of that. But if you come to every situation, have a realization and have a comfort with yourself, even if you really aren't fully comfortable with the situation, you might end up having a better result. You might, like for the blind date, you might end up not possibly having a boyfriend, but meeting someone that you can have a good friendship with, a good, like, connection when it comes to networking, anything like that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my video and have a lovely night.